I started my own business. They thought I was tripping, but I ain't listen to them. My video shot by Screen Vision.
But nah, so you said you DJ for Nipsey. How long have you been DJing for Nipsey, and how did you guys kind of connect? Like, what started that relationship?
The first time I ever spun for him was me being the house DJ for, it was like a hip hop night, and he was the headliner. So at that show, I wasn't aware of his music. A few months had passed, and my boy tells me, like, yo, you gotta listen to this project called The Marathon. It's like the most inspirational, dopest mixtape you'll ever listen to. I'm like, who's it by? He says, Nip. So I go ahead and look it up, and I'm like, wait, this name is familiar. So I find a stack of flyers, because I got, like a little thing from my mom. She wants to see anything my name's on or whatever. So I go ahead and look through the flyers, and I see I DJ'd for Nip. I'm like, all right, cool. So I end up listening to it, and I'm like, all on board, like super fan instantly. So then I was just kind of like supportive of his music, but he wasn't in the position to put on a DJ. So as the years had passed, I just was always available should he need anything, and he was getting me new records and drops, so we were kind of just looking out for each other. Crenshaw came out, or right before Crenshaw came out, he gave me Don't Forget Us with Dom as a leak to put out. And that just like blew up instantly, like, and every version had my tag on it, my album artwork with my logo. I was the only person with the song with no tags. So everywhere it was at, it had my tags on it, and that did a lot for myself, and it also showed Nip how quick I could make records and move. And from there, we kind of just like, he was like, yo, I need you to DJ this date. This is a tryout for the tour, which was the House of Blues show in LA. And we killed it. And he was just like, here's the tour dates, make yourself available. And that's how, and we've been rocking since November 8th of 2013. So it's been about a year and a half now. And we've probably done about, I would say probably close to 100 shows now together.
Dope, 100 shows, you and Nip. I've seen one of you guys' show. You guys kill the show every time.
That's love, bro. Thank you.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the movement. So, another girl asked me this question. I was going to ask it myself, and then when she said it, it just reassured me. She wants to know, what does All Money In stand for, and like, how did that come about? Because she sees you post something about it a lot, and you and Nipsey, and I always was thinking, like, where did that come from? Like, how did you guys come up with that? What does it stand for?
Well, that was pre-existing before I even knew who Nip was. But from what my understanding is, it's just the way that they live. It's like, they hustle 24/7, 25/8 all the time, and not blowing bread. Because a lot of people make the mistake of, making good money, but just kind of, like fucking it off basically. And he believes in, stacking for something bigger, whether it's acquiring property or establishing a business or something like that. Like, he just believes in all money in, no money out. Naturally, there's going to have to be some money out, but it's just, just to play on the words. Yeah, and it's the concept. But that's what the label is. That's what the movement is. It's just, we're just stacking. We're doing a lot right now so that we could build bigger things. We got a new studio we just built up. We got the clothing store, and Nip, he's always preaching ownership. Obviously ownership of the music, not just the masters and all that, but of the shows. Like not having to break off a label. The money's ours, the show's ours, the music money ours, the publishing's ours. Like, everything's coming back to Nip and the team. So it's not like we got someone who we have to, the middleman we got to share our bread with. There's somebody who, is above us. We don't report to anybody. Everything is in-house. A very small group of people that have a lot of different facets where they can just touch different networks and different professions and things of that nature.
That's actually pretty dope. I'm excited about that. I want to be owning some stuff. I'm working on building my stuff now, so that's good for young people to hear. I feel like a lot of people feel like they need a label sometimes. They feel like without a label they can't thrive as an artist. And I feel like from watching you and Nipsey, like you guys, from just me seeing you guys owning you guys own music, setting up you guys own show. Like I've been to a couple states myself, and I've heard about you guys there. So it's like, I know you guys are out there working, hustling, and that lets other independent artists, older or within the same age group, even my age, know like, hey, I can get out here independent and make it happen. I don't have to, be owned by somebody to live out my dream or to make it happen. So I think that's pretty dope. I'm super excited about that. That makes me want to go out there and get it. You know,
and that's what it's about. It's about, you know, we're very much trying to like spread the knowledge and let people know like you don't need a major to be successful, and not just, you know, move units, but make money and be able to like really enjoy your craft, you know. And a lot of people think the only way it's gonna happen with a major, but you got to remember those 360s are vicious. You know, like it'll take you a while to make up that bread, and by the time your deal's over, you might not have much to show for it, if anything.
Yeah.
You know, so it's better off just building it from the ground up yourself and knowing that you're eating all of it. You know, even if it isn't that much, you're not putting yourself in a hole from the jump.
Yeah, I remember an artist I met actually in Atlanta. He told me, "What's the point of, you know, you making a plate, you cooking up the best meal, and then, you know, giving it away? Like, you making this meal for yourself, you putting in all this hard work, you cooking it up. What's the point of just giving it all away?" So I feel that, you know, in a sense of you starting your own business, building your own new movement, and you being in charge, you being the boss, and everybody within being bosses instead of you having a boss. You know,
Exactly.
I always believe in, you know, you going to go get it. Don't work for somebody, work for yourself. So that's pretty dope. Projects wise, what was your previous project and what project are you working on?
Man, I got a few projects. I'm like in between a lot of projects right now, but the last thing I did was a 2014 wrap-up mix, and that was 36 songs, a collection of the best like club bangers, radio records, and in my opinion, what were like the biggest records in 2014. So that was the last project I did that came out the last like week or two of December, and actually got some copies for you. And to this day, like people still rock with it. So I'm working on putting together another form of a wrap-up mix, just another collection of like hot records. I'll be doing a mixtape with Buddy. He's featured on Nipsey's project.
Okay, yeah.
He's got a record on LaShawn Ellis's project that just came out too, and he's moving. He's with Mike and Keys, the Futuristics. They're going to be co-producing my album. So for me, it's going to be Buddy's project that we're going to put out right around the release of the NWA movie. We're going to have Nipsey's project come out this year.
This year. We can't let out dates just too early, but this year, okay.
It's going to come out this year, and after Nipsey's project rolls out, I'm going to be putting out my project, and then, you know, when we're on the Victory Lap tour, I'm going to be running around my singles that I have.
Dope.
And looking to have artists like Dom, obviously, Nip, Scheme, J305, T-Fly. It's going to be a West Coast-based assortment of artists.
That's gonna be dope. You know, I'm all about the West, so
yeah, the West is cracking.
You know, the West is cracking. I try to tell folks all the time, it's out West. If you want the best, you gotta come out West.
That's right.
That's pretty dope. I know a lot of people might know your Instagram and, you know, your Twitter, but how can people like get in contact with you? Like, say if I'm just an artist.
I came straight from the bottom, on my way to the top. Trying to marry the game and still divorcing the block. I put on for my team, learned the game like Ace. That's why I'm paid in full, and all these suckers they hate. Now
I started my own business. They thought I was tripping, but I ain't listen to 'em. My video shot by Screen Vision.